The rematch starts on Dragonshire. Elysium Gaming versus the Sandwich Monkeys. It's the consolation match. The teams already faced each other in the first best of 3 today. This is the second time that they play against each other in this group. And we have Elysium with a very early ban attempt against the Thrall here. Not really locking it down yet. I mean, we know that against the Sandwich Monkeys, TSaM is oftentimes banned out. On this map, Zagara is great. So I kind of expect the Sandwich Monkeys to ban her out. And that's what they do. Okay, so they ban Zagara. We could see a Khaldor now first. There's still the Tyrande that he could go for. And if you remember, Elysium actually played a lot of Tyrande or like banned her out in the first best of 3 series that they played. So if they try to hold true with that style, then they might go into Tyrande again. If not, Khaldor would probably be the likely choice here. But still, there's a few, like, we've seen, like, a lot of heroes that are important for the teams, Thrall, Zagara, but overall, if you just look at the drafts and the picks, it's still a lot more flexible, and you can make different choices within the first few levels here for sure. It's still at Khaldor's pick, though, and the Sandwich Monkeys, they can now go into... They're teasing again. Like, these guys, they like to play. Tychus here, oh god, when was the last time that we have seen Tychus actually in competitive play? I don't even remember. It would be awesome to see him again. But, like, to be honest here, picks this early on, we oftentimes see Stitches, we see Tassadar, Falstad is great, Reyna sometimes picked early, depending on the teams a little bit. Falstad is, I feel, quite strong in this map in particular, because you can just like fly from Shrine to Dragonite or like cross the map, which is very powerful here. So we have a few teams that value Reyna high enough that they pick him extremely early, but normally it is really that priority on Falstad when you're looking at an auto attack damage dealer. Jaina is being played oftentimes as well, but right now with the Falstad already locked down, we could see, in my opinion, either a Tassadar or one of the frontliners, and then of course we're talking again about Stitches or Diablo. We don't really have too much combo potential for Diablo though. Zagara and Thrall have both been banned out, and those are the two heroes that we've seen the most combos with. Sundering with a Apocalypse to follow the stun up, Zagara with a Maw into stun of course. So a lot of the Apocalypse potential is gone. You could still of course play Diablo with a Tyrande here, but then you have to lock her down first, or at least to secure her. Sandwich Monkeys, Sonya, we haven't really... Have you seen Sonya? Yeah, we have seen like 1 or 2 Sonyas. But she was a bit neglected. So the Sandwich Monkeys could play it with her again. They were the team that actually went into Leap earlier today, but there is the Diablo that we've been talking about. You can see they have options. I mean, of course, occasionally the boys are teasing here a little bit with their Tychus, and we see a few teases on other heroes as well, but Diablo is still very strong here, and we could see that. Elysium showing a Lunara. Now, they have not been trolling so far today. I would have a fun time seeing another Lunara. We've seen one in competitive play. Maybe they really feel they need to risk something against the Sandwich Monkeys. I wouldn't really blame them after the first series that they played, where the Sandwich Monkeys were just a stronger team. So with the Khaldors that they already have, that would of course give them very annoying poison damage there as well. And Lunara is... Lunara, most of the problems really keeping her alive. But a Tassadar would make more sense, yeah. Especially since they take him away from the Sandwich Monkeys. Tassadar as the support. We could see Tassadar Tyrande again. I keep mentioning it. We haven't seen it today. Because, like, especially on, was it Wednesday? Wednesday or Monday, we've seen a ton of Tassadar and Tyrande. And it's such a strong composition. Elysium goes for the Tassadar. Leoric can dominate the top lane again if they want to keep him solo. We have with Thrall and Zagara, 2 of the best lane bullies already banned out that could take that role. So Leoric would feel very nice over there. And yeah, Leoric would be a good choice, for sure. They go for him. They had other options, of course, as well. I mean, we talked Stitches a bit. Sandwich Monkeys might still decide to go into a Stitches, considering that they play Diablo, and we have seen them a lot with Stitches, Diablo, just like completely dominating that initiation aspect into a fight. Sandwich Monkeys, regarding the ban, I mean, I suppose you could ban out even more tanks. Oh, they banned Stitches. Okay, so we're not going to see Stitches there. Yeah, tank ban makes sense. I was hoping for them to pick Stitches, but they lock him out first of all. Elysium Gaming maybe with a ban on Tyrande now that Diablo has been chosen. It's very little additional follow-up for Diablo in particular, so Tyrande would make sense. Jaina would take the damage away. I still like the ban on Tyrande, but Jaina makes sense as well. Yeah, they're thinking about the 2 of them. I don't blame them. Those are the 2 best, like the 2 most popular heroes to combo things off with their Sandwich Monkeys. They decide in favor of the Tyrande ban, which could bring us into a pick on Jaina for the Sandwich Monkeys. That would definitely give them a bit of additional damage here. We have seen Meridian comboed with Diablo more than once for stun into stun, for a bit of a lockdown attempt. They need more damage, so they could go into Jaina, they could go into Reyna again, which has been played before. by the Sandwich Monkeys in particular. Other damage heroes now say, like, if you look at it, it's still, of course, possible to play that with that Sylvanas if you also want to have that silence. Sonya was already teased earlier, and they go for it. Okay, Sonya, Karazim, of course. That's a different variation of how you can play it here. More melee heavy, more aggressive. Karazim is going to have fun with that too. It's not really relying so much on the auto attack damage of a potential addition hero yet. And you can still play that with the Jaina. I mean, you can drop that Jaina late. It's very unlikely that Elysium is going to use Jaina, since they already have Kelthas as a cooldown-based damage dealer, and TSaM on top of that too, so it's a lot of AoE that they are running here with the Auric in the mix as well. So you could go in terms of the Sandwich Monkey for Jaina then later on. Could play completely different as well, but there is definitely that potential. And yeah, in theory, they can also like try to go for, again, one of those Leap Hinterlast combinations and run someone else that can combo off with that. Maybe even something like Ethereal. You could play that. Very melee heavy at the front line with one damage dealer in the back. It is theoretically possible. We have seen stuff like that happen, and it would be a very nice blow-up comp to take, for example, Kelthas or Reyna out, if Reyna's picked now, and he would make sense. He has been played here before. I kind of expected him for the Sandwich Monkeys even. But yeah, so that's a chance. Elysium Gaming with their last pick. Frontline would probably be in need of maybe a Muradin. ETC, not so sure if ETC would be the best choice in this case now. I would like a Muradin. Muradin or Johanna would be a very nice addition to the draft, I feel, if they want to have another frontliner. And I think that would be a good choice. Yeah, and for the Sandwich Monkeys, I mean, I'm not joking. If they went for a snipe build against the backline in the first game against Team Liquid, it didn't really work out the way that they intended. But if they want to do that again, Nubarak, look at that, sexy. If they try to do that again, they could actually go into something like Ethereal. They could make that happen. And if they really want to blow up the backline, having another hero that can jump deep would work. If not, they can still go Vala Sylvanas. Then they have very nice options here for a second backliner. But with Sonya and Diablo and Karazim, they can be hyper-aggressive right now if they want to. And I guess that, judging from the first game that they played against Team Liquid, that might be what we are going to see here. And Uberag is a pretty cool choice as well. He's a bit more popular right now. Asphalt, Junge. Merci für den Sub, mein Freund. Danke dafür. Yeah, so Enuborak actually a very cool addition as well. We've seen him a little bit more often these days. The last week, I want to say, I think I've got like 5 games with him. Zeratul. Okay, that works too, to jump into the backline. It's quite aggressive here. Actually, it was Elysium that played at Zeratul against the Sandwich Monkeys. Apparently, they're going to try and give them a taste of their own medicine. Keep in mind, what they're currently doing with this, oh my god, like, they could be dirty again. Why is it a problem when Zagara is banned out and you play Diablo? Because Zagara supplies the start of the entire combo with a Maw, right? Zeratul can do the same thing with the Void Prison. That was actually how it all started, back long ago in the days in the Alpha. Diablo Zeratul, that was the thing back then. And you know what people played back then? They played Void Prison with Leap on Sonya on top of it and a Hinterland Blast on Falstad right through it. And if you it's tricky to time. It's really not easy to time. You have to have very, very crisp coordination on it so that Zeratul can let it go at the right moment in time. If it works though, like, you go for Bubble Wipe. Bubble Wipe was back then all that you wanted to go. You dropped the bubble, the Void Prison, and then everything was blown to pieces. And it looks very much like Sandwich Monkeys are going to try that. If they come into Leap, that would be amazing. Even if they don't, the Apocalypse on Diablo alone would already be enough. You don't even have to go for Hinterland Blast, but it would be fun. And it is a talent that has been buffed by Blizzard in the last patch. Either way, we're going to have a fun game now. So we're going to jump in and going to find out which team is going to take the lead here. Elysium Gaming against the Sandwich Monkeys. Game number 1 in the second best-of-3 series between Elysium and the Sandwich Monkeys. We are in the consolation match now, and these two teams, they faced each other before in this group. It was a 2-0 victory for the Sandwich Monkeys, and they are, of course, now attempting to repeat that. But Elysium has another shot at advancing to the round of 8 together with Team Liquid, and this is their opportunity. To the left side of the map, we have the Sandwich Monkeys with ADRD on Falstad, Sport Billy on Karazim, Stier on Sonya, BKB on Diablo, and Snow on Zeratul. To the right side of the map, Mitch on TSaM, we have Xargonos on Kelthas, Zaka on Leoric, Dirty Sweet on Reyna, and Mondake on Enuborak. And it is going to be a potentially fun game around Burst, because we could see again that Alpha Bubble Wipe style with the Void Prison start of good old Zeratul, and then Theoretically, you could go for the full wombo combo with Apocalypse, Leap, and Hinterland Blast. You don't have to use all of it. Even just the setup with the Void Prison into Apocalypse is dirty, and in this case, Zeratul would, so to say, replace the Maw of Zagara. It's a little bit more difficult to hit those timings properly, but it's definitely something that they could use after they already used a blow-up comp, especially for the backline against Team Liquid earlier. Didn't really work out exactly like they intended, but you could really see the potential. The top lane now dominated by Stör, going up against Sweet now. We're having Marshall Reyna on the Diablo horse. At the bot lane, aggression happening with Monda K and his Nubarak. The Beetle is pushing this in. We have 2 Season Marksmen, 3 Season Marksmen actually. One on Zeratul, one on Falstad, and the other one on Reyna. And we're seeing at the same time a block for Sonya. Transcendence taken for Karazim. He's of course like the solo support right now, so going for the heal build. And Diablo with the Soul Feast as his level 1 tank. The bot lane pressure against Sport Billy, I mean, I don't really think that he's going to be in too much trouble here. He can always dash away. Saka is now also moving that Leoric skin around. I think he actually adjusted his tint. He went from green to white. Finally, the boy sees reason. It was about time. Green looks ugly, my friend. Snow at the top lane is currently like eyeing Dirty Sweet. If he gets a shot at that, he would take it. I can promise you that much. Snow is a very aggressive melee assassin. He's a great player, actually. And BKB, Sport Billy, they're currently up at the bot lane here. We have also, by the way, Monda K and Zanubarak heading into Regeneration as his talent. A bit of aggression at the early game. Actually, a very nice lockdown here against Diablo. Really well done. The body blocks are not strong enough, though, to keep him back. Sport Billy was helping out with the heals here, too, so BKB survives. But that shrine in the bot lane is in the hands of the red team now. So Elysium is playing this well. ADRD and Snow pushing the mid lane, though, getting a couple of Season Marksman stacks for themselves. And they can start to rotate from lane to lane now to increase the Season Marksman stacks and make sure that they have the aggression going. And Monda K is probably trying to burrow charge away. And here comes that kill attempt against him. He is not getting away. Snow moves in. ADRD, though, bam! Here comes that swing and falls that is down. But we have also now Khaldor's dying, so it's a 2-for-1. Might even be more if they get another kill here, but Spot Billy is not with them right now. He's going instead for that shrine, and they are already moving into, or they can move into the mid lane with a few heroes in an attempt to get the first dragon here. We have Gathering Power also taken for Zeratul, going for the ballsy move. I mean, Gathering Power has seen a few changes, and now it's a very aggressive talent. And at the same time, it's just a talent where you have to be a little bit careful that you don't die. That's the most important part. If you can keep those additional ability power stacks, then you are in an amazing spot in the late game to dish out damages, especially, of course, against squishies like Khaldor. Dragon Knight has been claimed, and yeah, the Sandwich Monkeys, they are playing a nice game here once again. Slightly added experience, but they are very eager to increase that. To the top lane, Sweet is there. Zeratul and Diablo, they move in, and they go for the kill. Oh, nearly dying. BKB, he waited too long for the additional stun, and could escape. That was actually a potential kill. He screwed this up a little bit. Didn't really work out as they intended to, so no more Gathering Power stacks, at least not for now, for Zeratul. But he's already putting the works in, and level 7 is going to help him, of course, with an additional talent. We're seeing again the Healing Ward taken for Karazim on this map, not too bad. Also now the level 7 talents in play, with again the pressure up at the top lane, and Zeratul this time goes into follow through. Ferocious healing for Sonya as the talent, and they go for Falstad, and he nearly dies. Snow wants him, but he doesn't get him, and now he loses his Season Marksman stacks. There we are. Too greedy, my friend, too greedy. He dies, didn't really have too many of those, but still, with that death here, he loses all that he had. Ghastly Reach taken, Kala's Embrace. We're seeing now the Leeching Scarabs after the Legion of Beetles. A bit of an old school build here that we see for Nubarak. We had, of course, some time where those beetles were a bit stronger, and then everybody just went for the full beetle build, and Nubarak could really pressure lanes extremely hard. Those times are past, but he can still use that build, as you can see. And now, Dirty Sweet against Sport Billy up at the top. We're having the rest of the team starting to move around once again, especially when we're talking about the Sandwich Monkeys. They move from camp to camp. They now claim the Bruiser camp with Sonya after they just took the Siege Giant camp. So it's just lane to lane, camp to camp, trying to get some pressure on the map control. And well, for now, ADRD has to push Saka back, doing a very good job at that, by the way, against 3. And the top lane is being taken out too. Dirty Sweet is just on his horse. He's not actually doing anything anymore. He's not attacking because he knows that once that he's off the horse, it's going to be difficult for him. He knows now where Zeratul is, so that allows him to go into the lane again. At the bot lane, we still have a very similar battle happening with a numeric advantage for Elysium. They are still half a level behind. It's not too bad yet, but they are starting to drop these structures here quite nicely with Monday K and his Beetle build, and ADRD the only one to defend against it. And that forces the Sandwich Monkeys to start their rotation again and move to the bot lane. But the shrines are about to be active again, and we are seeing level 10 close in, and that is of course a really big problem for Elysium now. If they miss that Dragonite again, that might result in the first 4 to fall. Top lane pressure against Stier. He should be able to get away from this, especially with a level 10 now, and now it's time to see what they're going for as the heroic abilities, and I'm excited. No Hinterland Blast, it's the Mighty Gus, but Sonya could still go for Leap, we could still see it. Wrath of the Berserker, of course, an amazing talent for her too, but we have that bubble and we have Apocalypse, so we're gonna see the combo between the two of those. Will Sonya add on top of that with that Leap, or are they just gonna run it with the extra survivability that she has now? She's already at the top lane here, they're going for it, it's a 3 versus 1 though. Stier is already, oh yeah, that is starting to become a problem. And he goes for Leap, and he leaps away. Barely. Oh, the bubble used. Apocalypse. Any second now. There it is. Apocalypse for the double stun. They go for it. Leoric is already dead, and now they're trying to drop the 2 up here. Snow has to move away, but guess who? It's Diablo, and the Mighty Gust slows, carries him down. Everybody moves in for the kill, and they get it. And now they go for Dirty Sweet as well. Snow is already there. Dirty Sweet is gonna fall too. It's a triple kill with the old combo that they had here. Cocoon didn't help since Nubarak was at the bot lane. They haven't taken the level 10 talent yet on at least one of these heroes. Looks like the Oryx still has to go for it. March of the Black King it is, and we have also Hyperion taken, which we already saw, and Phoenix. But a triple kill, a very solid one here, allows now the Sandwich Monkeys to potentially go for another Dragonite. We have them already with the move to the bot lane. They want to go for Tassadar first. There's the wall, slow against Mitch, but well, with the Force Wall, he's able to escape. Sport Billy has the sustain, at least for now, and Diablo is moving in to help out. Don't think they can really kill a Nubarak, but all they need now is that shrine. The problem, of course, is that we have... Uh-oh, ADRD. And Diablo knocks him out of the park. Playing a bit Babe Ruth here, getting that hit in. So Stier, Sport Billy, and BKB, they go for the next siege tank camp. They weren't successful in attempting another Dragonite here. The rotations of Elysium are a little bit too good right now. But still, they get the kills in. 5 kills against 3. And also a very nice experience. They don't have a massive lead though. I mean, it's a lead, alright, but it's not really that massive lead that you would think they had after they got that triple kill up at the top lane. It's not even half a level. So level 12 versus 12. But now they might be able to go for Dragonite. Nubarak, is he going to go to the bot lane? First of all, he's dealing with that siege giant camp. But both of the shrines are now under the control of the team in any second now. And they move into the middle of the map. Bot lane though, Monday K is taking care of it. ADRD is there. And yes, there. Oh, that's solid damage already against him. And of course the rotation is happening now too. Sport Billy moves in, just passing through, drops a healing ward, helps his buddy out, and then they are on their way back into the mid lane where the action starts once more. Level 13 talent aren't ready yet, and the Phoenix is there for the zoning, but Falstad flies in. They won't be able to make it happen though. At the bot lane, he has too much resistance there with 2 frontliners now trying to secure that shrine. But that level 13 talent is ready. And there's the wormhole. We have also Spell Shield taken after Leap for the extra sustain. Giant Killer. Oh, and an adjustment for Karazim. No Relentless. Quicksilver instead. Getting the movement speed for the chase. Especially great, of course, for a hero like Zeratul. Dirty Sweet already moving away. Not even channeling it through since he realized that the rotation was heading this way. And he did not want to die there. Can't blame him. Chain Bombs now for Karazim. That helps, of course, a lot. And we have also for them now a Nubarak with even more AoE clear. Going into Burning Rage. Yeah, with that we have also Leoric again. Leap into the backline and they're stunned thanks to Apocalypse. They go for it. They didn't even have to use the Void Prison. Snow needs to be careful. Uses the Void Prison now. He dashes away, blinks away here. They need to make sure that he doesn't die and gets those Seasoned Marksman stacks. And I suppose as the teams are now once again just starting to push these lanes, and we're going to go for a Dragonite. Let's have a quick look at Seasoned Marksman stacks and also Gathering Power. We're currently on 3 Gathering Power stacks and 27 extra damage through a Seasoned Marksman for Snow. Falstad has 22 extra damage thanks to a Seasoned Marksman. And Dirty Sweet, who might die again. Yeah, well, we can't really tragic him out. He sees that. But that's 4 Gathering Power stacks. That's 8% extra damage already on the hero. And with that, we are looking at a very strong auto attack for Snow. I mean, just looking at the damage here for a second, if you look at Zeratul, it's 15,000 damage, and that can't really compare to Falstad, who is still a range damage dealer, but if you compare it to the other heroes, he's still putting some solid work in. And this is just going to continue. If he is able to get the gathering power stack gathering up like he did, and also, of course, those season marksman stacks, then he's going to be in a great pro. He's actually the hero with the most most season marksman stacks out of all three up to this point. This bigger Dragonite here is also in a great position to allow them to get even more experience, and they move into the mid lane already. In the back line, the save thanks to the healing ward. Once again, the pressure. Saka could fall. There would be more gathering power for Snow. He's starting to move in again, but the Dragonite is already out, and we also see the fort fall at the same time. Great play again by the Sandwich Monkeys here. It's a bit of a slower game than the matches that we saw before, but they always put the pressure on, and especially Kalthas is of course a priority target, as you could see in the last fight. They jumped him with everything they had, especially of course that leap on Sonya, and they could try to do that again. Now is he going for the Void Prison? He goes for it. Apocalypse is ready. Leap as well. Here's the Apocalypse. And we see it. Where's the leap? Yeah, there we go. They go again for Kalthas, and they drop Kalthas. Kalthas down. Karazim moves in for heal. Tansuda escapes. They take the camp. They have level 16 now, and even more season marksman stacks and gathering power stacks for Zeratul and Falstad. Level 16 now, with of course first of all the Circle of Life taken, Nerves of Steel and Stone Skin, more or less the same talent, with a slight adjustment that Sonya can use hers during Whirlwind, and the Hammer Time now. So a talent lead and also the pressure. We see Zeratul moving through the lanes again, going for more season marksman stacks. His auto attack is very strong at this point. And just to give you another glimpse, he's already at 21,000 damage now. He had 15,000 in the last fight, and now he just added another 6k to that. At the top lane, Dirty Sweet is trying to pressure this in. I mean, they need 16, and that's what he's looking for, but he is already rushing away since he realized that he's being attacked. It might be too late, though. Diablo goes in. Diablo is waiting. He's waiting. He's waiting, and there we go. They will secure the kill. That's another gathering power stack for Zeratul, and he is currently at 12% extra damage. 12% extra damage plus season marksman. His auto attacks are insane. They are out of this world at this point, and they go for another 4th kill. They also have now 16 talents against them, and at the bot lane a bit of pressure play. Falstad is flying in. Could even use he could use his Mighty Gust here, to be honest with you. I mean, it's such a low cooldown, and yeah, he does that. So they have to retreat at this point. We have with 16 versus 16 Bullseye taken for Reyna. We're seeing Arcane Barrier as also the Dimensional Warp. And again, the attempt to go for a Dragonite. But first of all, they're stealing camps away, and they're doing it well. Yeah, they pressure Anubarak back, stun him for a short moment so that he can't delay the camp, and so that the team has no chance to move in and help him out. And now it's just like, again, the fight for those 2 shrines. No talent taken yet on Leoric. I mean, he could go for Imposing Presence. I wouldn't really blame him, considering the auto attack damage that we see from Zeratul and Falstad. Bot lane pressure is already there. And yes, Imposing Presence for Leoric, it indeed is. So he went for the talent here. Once again, we see them moving in at the bot lane, but it's a 3 versus 2. Snow starts to move in as well. He needs to be really careful. He can't die. He's losing too many gathering power stacks. If he does, he will lose all of them. Sport Billy has to dash away, and he does exactly that. But Styr is now in the mix as well, and they're going for Leoric. Everybody is moving in at the bot lane now. Again, the Wombo combo potential. They go for, first of all, Mondake. He gets stunned, and the kill. Even, oh my god, like they are dropping everybody right now. Zeratul is still half health. He could jump in for another kill. He does that. He's trying to at least, but he has to move out of here. A lot of damage dished out. Just to give you another idea of the damage output here. 25,000 on Zeratul, 52,000 on Falstad. And especially now looking again at the extra damage. We have 7 season marksman stacks, so 14 additional percent, and 39 season marksman stacks and 7 gathering power. So 40% extra damage and the 39. Falstad is by now at 32 season marksman stacks. And looking at Reyna, he is at only 25. So way behind the count because of all these kills that we've seen racking up for Team Sandwich Monkeys. And we have them currently with 10 kills against 4. Level 18 versus 17. The Dragonite again in the map. We have Sport Billy and the rest of the team moving to the bot lane where they could potentially take down another fort now as well. That would be actually great. And right now, it's looking very solid. Styr, Sport Billy, Snow, ADRD and BKB, they roam as 5, they move in, they try to take down another tower there, and it is looking good for them. They have, of course, a massive lead now in experience. Not in talents yet, but in experience, and thanks to all of those season marksman stacks and gathering power on Zeratul, they are hitting very hard, and it's a super difficult engage for the opponent. Just look how fast the Auric is losing hit points here, even with his Wraith Walk and his attempt to go away. He's actually misclicking, needs to use his ult now, and he dies. That's even more damage now, and there's maybe a counter kill, not even that. Diablo is there. He goes again for the Apocalypse. There is Sonya jumping into. They go for the massive stun, and Wonder K is dead. A double kill secured again in level 20 talents. With first of all Lord of Terror. We have also Epic Mount taken for Falstad. Sonya with the Ignore Pain and the Storm Shield for Karazhan, whereas Zeratul went for Rewind. And yes, with that power, they move to the bot lane now. They drop that keep. There is nobody who will stop them. It is way too much damage on there and way too much pressure. The damage count, 30,000 now for Zeratul, 59,000 on Falstad. Diablo himself on 44,000. He dies, but he's back, of course, in a few seconds thanks to his trade. Just compare that to the damage output that we're seeing on the side of Elysium. They are nowhere near this. I mean, Diablo has more hero damage on the board than Reyna, just to give you a bit of an idea. And, of course, Khaldor as well. So all of that damage here, it's just way too much for Elysium to handle. It's such an aggressive setup that the Sandwich Monkeys are playing here, and they are totally rocking it. This blow-up comp with the Void Prison Initiation and then Apocalypse plus Leap behind it is way too strong for them to deal with. The backline is constantly under pressure, even with Kel'Thas and his additional Arcane Barrier. The Shields of Tassadar in this case not enough, and the only thing that they can hope for is a level 20 talent so that they can finally start to, maybe take a fight on eye level, but even that is going to be a big problem for them. The bot lane pressure here once again as Sonya is starting to take the camp so that the lane is pressuring even more. There's already no there's already no keep, so we're seeing catapults spawning on the lane as well, with even siege giants now. And it's just basically cleaning house. They're waiting for another shrine, they want the Dragon Knight, and they're very likely to not even bother with the structures in the mid and the top lane, and instead just go straight for a kill against the core. In the middle of the map now, BKB, Snow, Stier and Sport Billy, they rotate. They're trying to go to the top now as well. It's all about that Dragonite right now, and the top rotation is happening. ADRD takes the bottom one. We have 1-2 heroes already in the middle. Falstad flying away, going for the Mighty Gust. They're trying to go for the kill now. Again, Montakay moving away, but there is Stier. He's trying to go for a bit of damage, and already the shift being used. But the bot lane shrine was claimed by Leoric in the meantime. And it's 19 and nearly 20 now for the opponent. Saka is there. Well, he's very unlikely to actually make something happen here. Yeah, very unlikely. Yeah, he's going to fall. Even with the March of the Black King, he's going to die eventually to this one. And that's more gathering power, that's more seasoned marksman. Yes, it allows level 20 eventually to be claimed by the opponent, but still not quite sure if that was really worth it. 13 kills against 5. There's the barrel roll, and we have the move into the middle of the map where they are trying to get another Dragonite now. Level 20 for both the teams, and Reyna with a Nexus Frenzy. The Elysium is trying to go for it, and they have now also bolted the Storm for Kel'Thas. That makes him a bit of a more difficult target to hit with that Wombo combo potentially. Already Zeratul moving in from the side. No talent taken yet for Nubarak. There it is. First of all, where's the stun? They jump in with a leap and they go straight for Dirty Sweet. Reyna is down. They go for Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas is about to fall here as well. Mitch is rushing away. Kel'Thas with the Ball of the Storm turns around, drops the Netherwind, and now everybody's on the run just once again. Yeah, Cocoon used, but that's not a problem. They just take it down and they go again in for the hammer time. They're trying to drop Kel'Thas again, and they go for Leoric too, as well as an Uberak. Shields everywhere. Tassadar is not able to keep an Uberak alive. The bug got squished. Double kill, and Falstad flies into the middle with the Epic Mount, claims the Dragonite. ADRD is going to be on the move into the middle of the map, and they are, well, actually to the bottom of the map, because they are going to try and finish it now. 15 kills against 5, and just once again, a quick note on the season marksman stacks. We have currently Reyna with 33, but when we look at Zeratul, they're currently on 12 gathering power stacks and 49 season marksman stacks. Looking at Falstad, they're seeing him with 44 season marksman. They have so much extra damage. It is absolutely insane. The damage output, of course, reflects that as well. The hero damage on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys is just out of this world, and we have them with a victory in game number 1 against Elysium here at the Constellation match of the End of the Storm. Playoff Group C. Congratulations, GG and well played, and we're going to move into game number 2. Sky Temple is map number 2, and Elysium Gaming versus the Sandwich Monkeys is continuing with the second map in this set. Rexa. No. The Sandwich Monkeys, they like to troll us a little bit with the bans that they lock in at first. They shouldn't get too excited. I mean, they had... So far, they're 3-0, I would say, in this series overall against the opponent, against Elysium Gaming. But still, we know what happens when you underestimate your opponent. Avaricious, thank you very much for the resub, my friend. Thanks for the support here. Ban on Thrall and ban on Zagara. So the same bans that we saw already in the last game. It's a different map, but it works in a lot of ways very similar to what we have on Dragonshire, and therefore Sky Temple is of course very strong with this. Falstad is now taken potentially early on. Makes a lot of sense to go for him, but still Kathlas is of course still a great hero. But the Sandwich Monkeys, they didn't really need them in the last game, and apparently they feel fine playing against him. They have again the potential to go for these wombo combos that we've seen them with quite a bit, and of course Elysium, they have to think about if they maybe ban out a Diablo, then later if they pick him away, something along those lines. For now, I would expect the Kelthas, and then it's the question, do they try and sneak Tacita away, or are they okay with the Sandwich Monkeys taking them? Kelthas is going to be locked down, but the second pick is really what interests me even a bit more. Is it going to be a Kelthas, a Tacita, or they are just saying like, yeah, we need something else and let it go? If they let it go, they could play a tank now. One of the heroes that is still around is, for example, Stitches. We have seen Stitches banned out fairly regularly in the second phase, so they might think about going for Stitches instead and try to dominate the fights over the temple after an early hook. You could do that. You could go also, of course, now into still that Tacita that we have seen quite a bit. Or simply say, hey, we want some damage. Let's pull Reyna into this now as well before he's banned out again. But for Elysium, it's a very rough situation. I mean, they played already one best-of-3 series against the Sandwich Monkeys a bit earlier today, and they lost that without winning a map. And now they play against them again and are down 1-0-1. So, yeah. Diablo, so yes, they do it. They pick it away, okay. So I like that, since that is one of the biggest problems that they had in most of the games that they played against the Sandwich Monkeys, with that aggression that we saw from the team around ADRD and BKB. The Sandwich Monkeys, Sonya would work. Maybe Sonya Muradin, that would be a good start for them. Again, like if they go Sonya, then they could again go Leap. And we could see them, in addition to that, maybe with that Falling Sword again on Johanna. A strategy that they tried against Team Liquid. The problem is that they don't have the Diablo stun after it. But if they go into something along those lines, they will probably have to use Zeratul again as an initiator. Unless they only use Sonya for it and say, okay, Sonya is going to initiate the combo. And then everybody's just like trying to drop a target like Keltha. So you jump on him and you just like try and take him out. Then it would make sense for them to go into a second hero that has a jump opportunity. Leoric can Wraith walk in. It would, of course, like deny an escape to him as well, which is kind of annoying for him too. We are back to teasing, I suppose. Just like switching through. There's a couple of heroes actually that they showed that there are more slightly teasers that would make sense here still. And I mean, we've seen, for example, Lost Vikings being played by Team Liquid on this map. We've seen also the potential of other heroes that have been shown. We've seen a Butcher recently. I don't think that the Butcher match was actually lost, but yeah, we have seen him played. The problem is still for Butcher that Cleanse is basically cancelling out most of the stuff that he can use. Leoric for the Sandwich Monkeys for the Frontline Edition, so no Muradin. The mini stun definitely nerfing him a bit, but he is still very powerful and it's incredibly difficult to kill him. He's like the tank in the game that is the hardest to kill for sure. So the bans at this point, I mean, I guess that Elysium is probably thinking about either going for Tyrande or... yeah, probably going to think about it for Tyrande. So we could see ban her by Sandwich Monkeys. I doubt that they are going to head into Jaina. They might want to ban Jaina here. That would be a decent ban. Or they can just ban Tacita and say, like, yes, we know that you love to play Tacita. We're going to get rid of that hero now, first of all, and then we're going to take it from there. Personally, I think there's a lot of stuff that you can deny to your opponent. Wow, they actually banned Tyrande out instead of picking her. That's an interesting choice. I would have probably banned Tacita, to be honest with you. With the way that the Sandwich Monkeys are favoring Tacita, I would have banned him out. I can only assume that they are going to pick Tacita. I'm pretty sure they're going to take Tacita now. That makes the most sense to me, at least. That would be a reason to ban Tyrande if you want to take Tacita for yourself and you want to deny to the Sandwich Monkeys as is, because it is one of their strongest supports. Yeah, well, the Sandwich Monkeys right now, when it comes to bans... That's a lot about the Diablo Apocalypse, isn't it? the ban Johanna out, so frontliners are taken away. That leaves Muradin. It leaves Muradin, leaves ETC, which we haven't seen today. So, yeah, Elysium Gaming, they could go into Muradin now. I would like a Muradin as a second tank. They played earlier also with a Nurburak, so if personal preference dictates to them that that would be the better hero to use now, they could still go Nurburak, but I would like to see the Muradin. They go Uther over Tacita, apparently. At least they're toying around with it. That would save a target that gets jumped by Sonya. That is one way to deal with that. It gives them also a cleanse, of course, which helps too. Theoretically, if there's again the attempted setup with like a Zeratul, you can go Clairvoyance as well, like depending on what your opponent locks down. Okay, Uther Stitches. The Uther Stitches Diablos, a lot of stuns again, Netherwind too, so if you go for the Stitches here, it still would allow the Sandwich Monkeys to go for Tacita, and I'm very sure that they're going to get Tacita. It's their preferred healer. Unless that changed in the recent past, but I don't see a reason for it. So either Charism, if they go for Charism, they might even add another frontliner, or they're going to go for Tacita, one of the two. And vision on this map is going to be quite nice for them if they go Tacita. Charism, of course, again, would be nice against Stitches if he goes for Hungry for More. It's still, if you can isolate him, of course. It's also another healer that can just like jump away from the opponent with a quick dash if he gets hooked. Tacita can use his Prescience and also like his Dimensional Shift, so he has an escape as well. But still. So, really? Malfurion? Nah, Leap into Root is great, but against the Stitches Diablo? That would be a huge risk to run. With Charism and still Tacita around, I doubt that. Like, that would be very risky. Not that it can't work out. I mean, against Kel'Thas, it's nice to have Tranquility. But, yeah, you would need to be very careful. I doubt that highly. Yeah, okay, I like that a lot more. Having Jaina, Sonya leap into Jaina Blizzard, and then Falstad as well, dropping something on top of it, that would be good. And yeah, that means we have Leoric and Sonya at the front line, so potential Tacita for the heals now. Suppose the Sandwich Monkeys are going to try and troll us a little bit first of all. Charism is also okay, as I said. They can go Charism. Charism or Tacita were the two that I suggested. Both of them are right. Both of them have escapes. Can get away from the setup. And they lock the Charism down. Okay, Charism, a bit better for the frontline heal too. And Elysium Gaming, Morena for the potential damage. Vala would work. Sylvanas, theoretically. What would I like to get with this, thinking about it? I mean, you have a lot of lockdown here already. You need damage behind it. Vala would add a slow. Reyna has more auto attack damage, so both of those would work. I would probably prefer them over Sylvanas, to be honest with you. Sylvanas has a nice silence. That's awesome. That's pretty cool as well. But yeah, I would probably use one of the two. They go Lunara. Alrighty. Okay, so they use Lunara as the last pick. Okay, that is going to be funny. I like that. I like that. It's cool. Like, they try something. And it's awesome that they do. Because, let's face it, they have been pretty much outplayed throughout the series so far. And that is adding a very nice quality to the things. We have a Lunara locked down by Elysium Gaming. They're trying something different. And let's find out together if that is enough to take the Sandwich Monkeys down. Or if Elysium Gaming is defeated now, again, without taking a map in this series. Game number 2, everybody, with a bit of a fun draft here between the Sandwich Monkeys and Elysium. To the left side of the map, we have ADRD for the Sandwich Monkeys on 80. Sorry, we have him on Falstad. I was just about to say Stitches, and yeah, of course, it doesn't really make sense. The bird is played here. BKB on Leoric, we have Styr on Jaina, Sonya on Snow, the other way around, Snow and Sonya. He wishes. Charism is played by Sport Billy, and we have to the right side of the map now a Mitch on Uther, Zaka on Stitches, and Dirty Sweet on Lunara, the one and only Titney, how we used to call them in Warcraft 3. Mondake on Diablo, and we have Xagonus on Kel'Thas. So yeah, it is on level 1 talent take and a natural perspective. So you actually reveal opponents for the duration of the poison. A few adjustments actually in the build here with the ADRD, not going for Seasoned Marksman, but instead going for Updraft, so that he has a bit of an increase on his barrel roll. We again go for Tower Snipes, and that one in the mid lane didn't really make it for a long time. That tower was down before Diablo even knew what was happening there. He was like standing there, was just like, wait a second, didn't I have the tower a moment ago? Oh, dude, you did, but it is gone already. BKB with a vision at the top lane. Level 1 talent. Soul Feast has been claimed now. And we are, of course, going to have a bit of a look at Lunara here as well over the duration of the match. Elysium, I mean, they are 0-3 in this group already against... oh, Lunara! Snow missing the spear. A little bit too far out. But yeah, Elysium is currently 0-3 against the Sandwich Monkeys in this group, in this best-of-3 series. They only lost one game, but of course they played a second best-of-3 series against the same opponent earlier on today. This is the last chance, though, that they have to advance to the next round, to not drop out of the tournament now. And for that to happen, they need to win 2 in the games round now. The Sandwich Monkeys, they are looking incredibly strong. They have played great games here today. We've seen them against Team Liquid, and now they're up against, in this case, of course, again Elysium in that final match, the consolation match. And it could be the final map, actually, depending on how it ends. If the Sandwich Monkeys take it here, then they are through. Sport Billy, Styr, and BKB up at the top lane. Lunara is just hopping around at the bot lane. Bambi is doing whatever she can here, but already Snow waiting in the bush for an opportunity to jump in and do some damage. And Jesus Christ, take a chill pill. Look at her. She's like jumping around, bouncing like a bunny the entire time. We have top shrine already taken, or top temple, firing those shots quite literally at the top lane. In the middle, it's a bit of a fight that happens now. Saka is still there on his ditches. At level 4, talents are slightly faster for the blue team. Won't really matter too much, I suppose. We have, again, Hardened Bones taken. We're seeing Focused Attack go, Healing Ward, Snowstorm. And what is Falstad going to go for? Falstad so far without a talent choice. Level 4 now. Oh, Saka! Saka is down. Saka is dead. It's the first kill in the game for the Sandwich Monkeys. Lunara still hopping around down to the bot lane. We're having now again a power throw taken for Falstad. And in the case of the Wisp, we have the Nimble Wisp with the increased movement speed and the vision radius. Pretty standard actually to go for the talent here. Yeah, besides that, Lunara is still like hopping around. Yeah. Bunny on speed. That's the only thing that really comes to mind when you look at this. Trying to dish out the poison a little bit. And she can be so annoying. I mean, she's going for Snow already, and Snow hates her too. You can really tell. I mean, Sonya is already on half HP. But that's also why we see Styr getting in position to maybe set a flank up so that they can get some damage in. At the top lane, yeah, Sweet is actually attacked, and Bambi is in trouble. Yeah, not only your mother died, you are dead now too. Deal with it. Okay, both of the Bambis are dead, and well, yeah, for now, Eliardi at the top lane is taking speed. He's already in position where he can fly down to the bottom of the temple once it's activated. This he has to, but it's a double kill or 2 kills that we by now seen for the team in blue, and they are playing this really nice. How it goes. Snow going again for one of those camps. Frostbitten taken, the Ghastly Reach, with weapon, Ferocious Healing, and also Echo of Heaven taken. Styr is trying to help out there, but it's not really too much to do for him. That camp is being dropped by Sonya alone already, and he's just like soaking experience, playing this carefully. Bambi is coming back to lane now. We have the mid lane pressure with BKB starting to push this in now too. But so far, it's just all about the camps for the Sandwich Monkeys. I mean, they're really playing a great game. They're taking the lead in experience. They're going now for also the lane push with all of the camps that they've taken at the top lane and the bot lane. And it really helps them. Leoric is trying to get some extra experience here by just like taking those few waves out. And everything else is just going business as usual for the Sandwich Monkeys. Elysium is, of course, trying to keep up with this, and they are taking a few of their own camps now, too. We have Wild Wigger taken, in this case, for the extra damage on the basic attacks, which is actually a great talent to get the extra attack damage in. On 13, usually it's the unfair advantage, so you get even more out of this. You sometimes see the greater spell shield depending on what you're up against, but unfair advantage is pretty powerful when it comes to the DPS. And yeah, Sport Billy is really just realizing that against her, she needs to be careful. I mean, she has very nice damage, let's be honest about it. Oh, a kill against Falstad up at the top, like he was put with the back to the wall, apparently, quite literally. So that is still in a level lead, and I mean, they are starting to head into level 10 already. And with them pushing the bot lane structures already as is, those the temples, of course, going to fire those shots directly against the fort, and that's going to be great. The well is taken out now too, and we have both of the teams on level 7 with here Cleanse taken, Tenderizer too, and the game is really starting to turn against Elysium. Yes, they get the kill against Leoric in the mid lane, but at the same time they're losing out on the shots at the temple at the bottom of the map, and that is starting to take down the first fort. Rotation is there, and Sport Billy is dashing away, but the hook is only hitting Jaina. They're trying to go in, and they might actually burst her down, and they do. But Dirty Sweet gets healed, tries to get away. They get a second kill. Bambi with all that damage output all of a sudden. BKB is trying to take her apart. He might have overextended there. They're going a bit too deep for this. BKB is falling now too. He will die as well. It's a triple kill. It's definitely a triple kill that we see for the team, even with the Horrix now coming into play for the Sandwich Monkeys. they won't have an easy time there. Mitch is being attacked. Mitch is about to die, actually. Defaults at AD already with a good kill. They're going for Bambi again. Snow is low, though. Has to move away here. Nice wisp placement as well. AD already is barreling away, but it's already too late. He gets taken down now, too. 6 kills against 3. Nice lockdown. BKB gets away after taking down Khaldor. He actually escapes here, but now we have Apocalypse used too. They're turning around against Stitches once again. It looks like the Sandwich Monkeys might win this fight after all. It actually started very well here for their opponents, but Elysium is now starting to lose too many heroes. They're still level 10 versus level 11. Looking at the damage output, by the way, we're seeing Bambi with 16,000. Pretty impressive. I mean, a lot of this is, of course, damage over time, poison damage. But in that last fight, she was able to take 2 of those heroes out, and she dropped the hit points fast, like really fast. Nice Mighty Gust. And yeah, sorry Diablo, but you are completely out of your depth up here. Way too furious. He's actually just trying to take a tower. He already realizes that he won't be able to do anything. He can't kill a hero, so instead he just moves in and says like, alright, let's at least attempt to drop one of those towers, and he put a bit of damage in, and that's all that he can do here. So with the level 10s now, we have also, again, the Thornwood Vines taken, by the way, in case if you haven't seen that yet. We're seeing Bambi at the bottom of the map, up to the top lane. It's against False that they're trying to go for. Hook is nearly dodged, but not quite, and False that he's just blocking pieces. That poor bird does have no chance. BKB was trying to save him, but he might pay with his life for it. Not quite, he's able to get away, but we have still pressure in the mid lane with another fort now eliminated. And of course it's a lot about the structural advantage in this game, on this map in particular, and that means that right now we see the Sandwich Monkey still with a very solid lead here. Lunara is attempting to start to move in again. Having 5 kills against 7 now. The boss here in the mid lane is still a focus point, but it's for now Jaina that is being attacked, and yeah, also Jaina. Divine Palm is being used. Dirty Sweet is locking her down already, and oh my god, that damage output. Yeah, Lunara is getting very, very nasty here. We have Snow and BKB taking another camp, but in kills, they are behind. 5 kills against 8. They are still at an experience with an earlier level 13 talent. 1 shrine, 1 temple is active at the bottom of the map, the other one up at the top. So the teams are going to try and get those shots fired in. And that is also going to drop the fort up here. So from a structural point of view and therefore objectives, it's a bit of a disaster for Elysium. They get more kills, they are actually doing fairly well, but they are just getting so much damage on their structures that they are not really able to capitalize on it in any way. Now another fort is taken down. They're gonna go for the tower here. Level 13 talents are ready. And at least they're able to push something down. I mean, they move down to the bot lane now and push it in here. Xargonos, Dirty Sweet, and Zaka. They're taking a fort down. They will have level 13 thanks to it, and so we have even talents for the two teams again with a Mystical Spear now, Relentless for Karazim, and that Shrink Ray for Uther in this case against Sonya. Great talent to have. Chain Bombs for Kel'Thas. That's definitely going to be a huge asset for those team fights, and they already did a bit more damage than the opponent. But the top lane is pressured again. Mondake just barely getting away. Nice! Really good coordination here. Trying to use Apocalypse, but oh, their hook. Still, well, he was saved by Fawcett with a great Mighty Gust. But after this hook, he is, of course, dead meat. 9 kills against 5 right now, and that is just a little bit too tough. They are trying to go to the bottom of the map now to take the last few shots of the temple here, and that would be another very solid amount of damage that they can put into the bot lane. The top keep has already taken damage, and the Sandwich Monkeys are playing very nicely around their opponent, but they're not really able to do much more than that. They're not winning any of these fights. They claim all of the shots. Leoric might fall. Not that it matters really too much. Dirty Sweet is going to take him down here. But they got the shots in, so it's all about the objective for now. 5 kills against 10. Elysium actually starting to really play a very solid game here and getting a lot of damage in. And I mean, when we're talking damage, we're talking Lunara, of course. Lunara at 23,000 damage already. Top damage in the game right now when it comes to hero damage. Yes, a lot in poison damage, but of course, you can really tell in these fights that she is dangerous. Saka, on the other hand, is a bit low, and Diablo is going to be back soon enough to maybe finish him off here. Divine Shield on Uther. He's, of course, an addition that is supposed to keep Lunara alive, but look at that damage. Poison everywhere. And they have Karazim for the heals, but now Lunara is trapped and Divine Shield is already out, and she is still squishy as fudge. So right now she's eliminated. Mitch BK is trying to get away here. False Dad flies in. God, a kill against Uther. A double kill for the Sandwich Monkeys. Mondake is going to make 3. They are going to drop Diablo, and he is down for the full duration now. Well played, and level 16 talents as a thank you. Also the potential boss now, of course, with the Renewed Swing taken on 16, Northern Exposure, Nerves of Steel, Circle of Life, and Hammer Time. They go for boss, and there is nothing. Nothing that Elysium can do about it now. They are falling farther and farther behind in this. And, well, we will see them on level 16 in half a level. They're trying to get some experience and yeah, maybe just the position in the game here itself. But besides that, they have to deal with the boss at the bot lane. They are going to try and take care of that somehow. And at the same time, we have even more push happening, of course, on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys with the extra talent. They can go into the mid lane, drop a couple of towers. And the more structures you take down here, the more important those temples become, since they will attack the keeps directly. And every tower that you burst matters. Every single structure that you take down is another one that the towers and temples don't have to go through. So it's super important here for the Sandwich Monkeys to get that damage in. They drop the wall, could even go for well. The boss is still at the bot lane, but it's taken out now, so they have to rotate away, and it looks like they're just trying to steal a few of the camps away. Level 16 talent now any second with the Arcane Barrier as a result for, first of all, Kel'Thas. But we are, of course, looking once again at Bambi, and let's see what she goes for. The Starwood Spear. By the way, we did not see the unfair advantage. Instead, it is Giant Killer that has been taken here. We have two frontliners. Well, if you count Karazim as a third melee, but in terms of frontliners, in terms of tanks, it's Leoric and also, of course, Sonya. So that's where Giant Killer comes into play with the extra damage. But no unfair advantage here for her. 16 talents besides that, after we now see the Starwood Forest taken. We have a pretty interesting choice here also for Diablo, who again goes straight into the Imposing Presence. Could have gone for Rampage, of course, but decided to go into that since he is a bit afraid of False Stand. I don't really blame him here. We have still the fishing hook taken for Stitches for the extra hook range. All out of the way of the top. Already a bit of time bought for Karazim. Sonya was still in the middle, trying to take a few of those shots in. They dropped the top keep already, and Sonya is going for the middle keep. Nice zoning, actually, with that particular trap now. And Tomb has been used. He goes down. Sonya is starting to move in from behind. And then double kill against Jaina and against Leoric. And Bambi is still dashing in, taking down Snow with the rest of the team now. Snow on his Sonya is gonna fall. He's trying to drop Sweet as well. She's still super squishy, that Lunara. But she hurts. She really hurts. It's a triple kill now. 13 kill against 8. 33,000 damage on Lunara already. And we're seeing her still with very nice damage output. But of course, a big problem is that by now we have that keep in the mid lane eliminated. The keep up at the top lane has also been taken down. And that means that objectives are becoming more and more important here for the Sandwich Monkeys. And, well, Elysium is trying to do what they can to come back into this. They need to take a few of the structures down, but earlier at the bot lane, we have Sport Billy moving in and taking tower after tower down. That's all that he has to do here, really, right now. Go for a tower, try to drop that. The minions are going to help with that, and every single structure, as I said, that is eliminated is a big win for Team Sandwich Monkeys. They just need to get a few more structures, and they already have a slight lead in experience with level 19 versus 18.5, so that Storm Talon is going to help them, especially with Falster going for Epic Mount. He can fly from one temple to another. He flies from lane to lane. And then can dodge, of course, the opponent, pressure the core maybe, just like jump in and go for it. No matter what he does, it's going to be pretty nasty. But yeah, for now, he's trying to deny vision first of all. There's a bit of a wraparound. BKB has to be very careful. Yeah, he sees that, and Wraith walks away. Hook shouldn't be able to hit him here. Not without the shish kebab. But yep, that doesn't work. False side at the top lane still, and this is the problem now. Two temples on opposite sides of the map. Yeah, they can take a camp, and this is going to help to de-push the lane a bit, but Falstad is already pushing towards core, and he can still fly back with, well, for now, just as is, but later on with potentially the Epic Mount. And Elysium kind of has to control both of these shrines, and I just don't see it happening. Karazim is moving to the bottom of the map already to claim the first one. Falstad B back. Top lane has to be de-pushed, which is, of course, Kel'Thas' job. And now the first few shots are fired, and it is starting to attack directly these structures. The rest is just trying to delay as much as they can. They only have to delay the team. They don't even have to win these fights. Apocalypse is being used. Bambi is trapped, but she dishes out the damage, and the double kill against the front line. Sport Billy is moving in. God knows why. I certainly don't, because I feel the bot lane would have been way better. He just needs to get the shots, the temples. Why is he moving in after two of them are already dead? And now it's a wraparound to the bot lane. They're trying to actually drop one of those keeps. Karazim is moving to the top now, and so he should. So he's going to get this. A lot of the shots, a lot of structures are already taken down at the bot lane. Oh, Falstad! What was he already thinking? That was a misclick right there. He doesn't have the Mighty Gust anymore. We still have, besides that, in terms of level 20 talents, now after the Forest Breath has been taken after the Thornwood Vines. They're trying to go for core. They might actually get that. Charism is back now too. We didn't soak the shots at the top. Here comes the Mighty Gust. Went into the wind tunnel. That buys time. Time for Leoric. Time for Falstad. Time for Sonya and Jaina to come back. They go for Dirty Sweet. They're trying to drop him. Sport Billy is super low, but still they're doing everything that they can to save the core. One kill. Can they get the rest? Mitch is about to fall. They get 2, they get 3. They go for Diablo. He's also going to fall. Saka, is he? Oh my god, this is so close. But 20% and only Stitches is back. 21% on the core, and they eliminate Elysium, and now they can go for those 2 shrines. What a close match there. I mean, in this case, it's really more desperation than anything for Elysium. They're saying, guys, we lose this game if we focus on the objectives too much. We killed 3. Let's try and drop it. We need to do something. They killed the keep, which is like super important, but the core is on 20%, and it's the counter-aggression, of course, with which the Sandwich Monkeys are now trying to end the game. Diablo, he's on a mission. One Lord of Terror on a mission, but ADRD already sees him, and he has no chance of making that happen. The core is already being attacked, and this is going to end the game and also the series. Group D, we see Team Liquid advance, and the second team is indeed the Sandwich Monkeys. They take the game. It's a 2-0 victory over Elysium, and they advance to the round of 8 of the Enter the Storm finals.
And that is it, everybody. GG and well played. The game's over, and therefore also the video for today here on KhaldorTV. We had another great Heroes of the Storm match, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also hope that you enjoyed the commentary, of course. So thank you very much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to KhaldorTV yet, you should definitely hit that sub button as well. If you have some friends that like Heroes of the Storm, then definitely make sure that you show them the channel and also the video. There's a lot more where that came from. We're going to have like continuous content throughout the next few weeks with more Heroes of the Storm matches played, not only on the European server, but also on the North American server, in tournaments, in leagues, and more than that. So guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope that you had some fun. It was a pleasure casting for you. And I'm going to see you next time with even more videos here on the channel. So have a great day and see you soon. Bye-bye.